Bitlayer 2 that really attract a lot of attention. They just closed, congratulations on that, they just closed their fundraise recently, and also supported by ABCD Capital, Formless Capital, as well as software. So now let's welcome co-founder of Bitlayer, Charlie, to give us a talk on Bitlayer. 下面我们就邀请我们的这个 Bitlayer 的联合创始人 Charlie 给我们带来相关的 Bitlayer 的这个演讲。
谢谢。我可以说英文，可以说中文。然后，因为在座的很多是我们可以邀请的海外的朋友，包括 KOL， 所以大家中国朋友尽量可以同传听一下。然后我还是用英文版本。对，大家好，我是 Very nice to meet you, everybody. My name is Charlie. I'm co-founder of Bitlayer Labs. Today I wanted to talk not just about Bitlayer. I want to talk about using this moment because it's a couple of weeks, just literally less than 15 days before the halving. We want to talk something about the Bitcoin ecosystem second half. Probably that's the first time you ever heard about it. What is the second half, right? So it's a new world we're entering, and hopefully you want to be part of that. So I want to talk about Bitcoin journey first. So there's a lot of builders want to build and scale Bitcoin in the history, right? Bitcoin has over 15 years of history already. All the way from Coin, Lightning, Rootstock, Stacks, and many other interesting tech stacks. They tried with multiple attempts, right? With their tech stack, with trade-offs. And I see a lot of hurdles, right? We observed that in the past. But Bitcoin has been not innovating that much. That was the reason we have tremendous amount of innovation happened in Ethereum, right? I myself was early builder of Polkadot, and also I was head of impact in the Polygon ecosystem. So we see a lot of building culture, interesting momentum in the Ethereum ecosystem. And why things may moving back to Bitcoin, right? It was because this is not the real reason. This is just every cycle, right? 4 years we have halving. We have interesting amount of interest from institutions finally coming to the Bitcoin space. And this is the asymmetric market opportunity we're receiving. Compared to Ethereum, Bitcoin has much bigger market cap, over 1.5 trillion now, right? Ethereum's layer 2, which I personally worked in one of them, and I actually know a lot of them as well. There are over 100 Ethereum layer 2s already in the space, and we could argue 20 of them are very, very exciting with multiple billion TVL, hundreds of projects, thousands of projects already there. Whereas Bitcoin, if we talk about Bitcoin as a ultrasound money, yes, it's going to increase to a couple of trillion later, this year, next year. But what about Bitcoin ecosystem? We see a huge, tremendous opportunity, asymmetric opportunity, right? Compare these two assets. So that's what we're looking at. And this is very exciting. This happened last year, right? Because of tapping asset operation, the BIP 432, and some other, cryptology operation. Bitcoin didn't innovate in the last 3 years until this happened, and now we have this beautiful new protocol called Ordinals. I think a lot of people in the audience probably heard about this already, even tried, play around with ERC20 and many other asset protocols. That's the stuff happening in Bitcoin layer 1, right? We had a crazy good inscription summit last year, right? Ordinals summit last year in September, Singapore, for me was this, aha moment. Wow. There's so many things could happen. The competition with Domo and Cassie was definitely life-changing, and we realized we could do much more if we find a way to scale Bitcoin. Either it's off-chain or on layer 2 side. And that was kind of the journey why we started Bitcoin, Bitlayer. We think we're entering a new world. On the left are the old world, with a lot of the tech stack we mentioned. Rootstock, Stacks, Nostra, Liquid, right? To the right, the new world we want to build on. We want to be part of that. With discrete log contract, with BitVM, and all kinds of new framework. So, I don't know how many of you actually read about this white paper. For me, this is as much important white paper as Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper. It came out written by this gentleman called Robert Nix. He was part of the Stockware ecosystem. He was the founder of 0.0 We had a great conversation with him in Denver. And today, since we are sharing great news, he will be mentioned, and we'll reach out to him later after the call as well. So BitVM is one of the fundamental paradigm shifts. We're able to see some potential to build Bitcoin verification, which will allow us to build Bitcoin security equivalent to layer 2, not just sidechain, not just state channel. So the problem we're trying to solve is essentially is being a long-term problem in the Bitcoin space. That's a trade-off between sidechain, which doesn't inherit Bitcoin layer 1 security, and the state channel that's only allowed them to do payment, which is pretty much Lightning and the only what we're trying to do. So the current status quo is on the left, a bunch of sidechains with multi-signature TSS. So it's very majority honest trust dependent and social dependent, right? So that's a hurdle for the people to enter in and embracing the huge real Bitcoin ecosystem. And we believe the future should be on the right. Security metrics should be trustless bridging, Bitcoin verification on layer 1, data availability, and also censorship resistant. So obviously that sounds very nice. We are not there yet. We're pretty far away, but hopefully the infrastructure we are building can be part of the solution. So first one, the trust assumption on the multi-signature, meaning majority honest signers. This is the existing element in the room within the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? We have to socially trust the signers, which is right now most of the institutions and the signer network. For a lot of the Bitcoin holders, especially the OGs, it will be hard, really hard for them, for the sake of yield, for the sake of whatever degen activity on layer 2, to bridging to the existing multi-signature signing process. Polyhedra is one very exciting solution provider we're working with as well. We try to work on also another model, which is called a discrete log contract with BitVM. So the trust dependent level can be reduced from T to N to 1 to N, meaning assuming one honest signer among the decentralized Oracle signing network, the solution will be safe with owners actually have a part of the access of the ownership throughout the bridging process. So that's a key solution we're trying to fix in the upcoming months. And the second, I think that's the key problem. Multiple in the team actually working on that already, and with different routes. We are at this moment taking more on the optimism log scheme route to build BitVM Bitcoin verification. Whatever transaction you're going through on Bitcoin layer 2, it doesn't really verify on Bitcoin layer 1. It's fundamentally different security level. So with BitVM, we see the opportunity to build a Bitcoin prover verifier, where eventually can be verified on Bitcoin layer 1. So we see multiple teams kind of working on this route. And up to this moment, we think there's good potential to go working on that part. Right now, although we kind of claim we are on the optimism log scheme, but we have actually a very interesting ZK acceleration team working on the ZK part as well. The conversation we have today with Starkware founder has been absolutely mind-blowing as well, where we see much bigger potential for that. And we want to be one of the first team focusing on multiple EVM compatible. The mindshare of existing DeFi protocols, all that in Ethereum are mostly EVM, right? I personally worked in multiple EVM compatible networks, especially Polygon. The mindshare of EVM already there, but we all know one thing. EVM is old technology. It was built originally in 2015 by the CTO of Ethereum, Garo, who has been also trying to innovate beyond EVM, right? So EVM is an issue. The existing developers are already there. But I think we believe the future should be multiple VM. Having the partnership with Starkware is definitely very helpful to explore the territory of Cairo. And we see good applications building on top of Move and Solana as well. So we want to be one of the first Bitcoin layer 2s aggregating multiple VM, right, on the execution and state transition side. So in a nutshell, there's 3 key solutions we're trying to build. That's a comparison between us, the future of a Bitlayer and the side chains and the state channels. And this is the architecture. I apologize, maybe there's some misplaced about the slides. But basically, this is trust minimized bridging we're trying to build, plus Bitcoin verification on the right. So the benefits: Bitcoin security equivalent, less trust dependent, much more scalable on the layer 2, and developer friendly and user friendly. And we try to follow the first principle, Our gas fee on Bitcoin layer 2, on the Bitlayer is using our layer 2 version of Bitcoin, not our own, just native gas token, governance token. We have built, our team right now have over 30 engineers already. Most of them have multiple years, multiple cycles of Bitcoin Web3 engineering background, who built multiple chains already in the past. We are onboarding actively a lot of ZK researchers as well. On the growth side, we have team members from all over the world, cover different regions, and have been very active, working on ecosystem growth in the past. So where we are still early. Bitlayer is still an early stage startup. We launched last year. We started as a research team, deep dive on BitVM, Chinese community. We established that. We wrote a lot of articles about Bitcoin L2 beat. We define a good Bitcoin layer 2, right? And from there, we see the opportunity. That's why we started Bitlayer. We're launching our beta version mainnet today, and gradually rolling out the real mainnet later this month. We are onboarding a lot of developers on our testnet, and then later this year, we are working on the three solutions we can build. And hopefully, early next year, 2025, we're going to finish the implementation of the challenge game of BitVM. So, the traction. I don't know why there's some mismatch. Anyway, we can see the numbers. So there's over 180 projects already kind of in talks with us. I think around 50 of them already deployed on our testnet. We migrate to mainnet. We got a pretty overwhelming interest on the investor side globally, and that's the ecosystem map. I cannot emphasize how much grateful we are because of the interest of builders in the space across different sectors. Bitcoin DeFi is definitely one of our major focus. We have been talking to so many builders in the DeFi space. And I think my value can bring to Bitcoin ecosystem as an East guy, that was an East builder, was I know hundreds, maybe thousands of Ethereum builders, mostly on the DeFi side. I'm trying to orange peel as much as I can of those folks to enter the Bitcoin world. It's a new world for them, and it's an exciting world. We finished our 2 security audits from audit report by Hacken and Slowest, and we're talking with a lot of ecosystem accelerator and blockchain centers. There's a lot of builders actually in the audience, and we really appreciate we have this journey together. We just finished the round, as we said. I try my best to fit in as much East and West balance, and also institutional and retail as well. So thanks again, ABC Capital, as our leading investor. We get a framework, one of the leading DeFi VCs in the West Coast of America. And we got people from Europe, from Middle East, from many other regions coming to support us. Angels, KOLs as well. There's a few really good KOL friends in the audience. And really thank again about trying to be the most well-balanced cap table as well. So that's really where we are. Today is a special day. This is not, a mainnet launch is not a moment. It's a journey, right? So we want to take 10 days to gradually roll out our mainnet. This is just V1, right? We're going to launch our second version later this year as well. So the key call to action, whatever I said today, you can forget about it, but this is the first thing. Especially for the builders in the audience, we have this ecosystem incentive program we are kicking off a couple of weeks ago. We're still onboarding builders. 50% of our governance token we want to incentivize to the good builders that bring organic transactions, real TVLs to our network. So that's called Ready Player One. We have the link, and more importantly, and I think that's the real moment I wanted to kind of take my time to announce something. We are having our real technical white paper for Bitlayer launching. The link of the PDF will be ready on the website very soon. This is an exciting moment to share all the technical details, what exactly we want to build with Bitlayer, all the solutions I just mentioned briefly and overview, all the technical details will be written on this white paper. So for the people who are curious about our technology and how to deep dive, check this out. This is something I feel very exciting. I've been waiting for a couple of months. Our research team has been working very hard on this. So check out our website, bitlayer.org, and find our white paper. Yeah, and final call to action. If you are building something meaningful and interesting on Bitcoin, you are also curious about all the updates and progress of Bitlayer, scan this QR code. This is our Bitlayer ecosystem builder group on the Telegram. I will just keep this slides for as much time as possible. So make sure you can scan, right? If I even need to show you how to scan, just use your camera. You don't need to scan with your telegram. Use the camera and scan this QR code. We try to get as many users as possible today because we have a lot of exciting news to share in the group. With that said, hopefully let's make some history together for BitVM. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Charlie, for the wonderful